Welcome to Storied Audio. Nora had always believed that desperate people sometimes made terrible choices. Her family was drowning in debt. Bills covered the kitchen counter, the bank was threatening to take their home, and her mother, Evelyn, had no idea how they would ever recover. Then Evelyn learned about Mitchell. He was wealthy, successful, single, and known for quietly helping people in need. One night, Evelyn sat across from Nora at the kitchen table. "He's a good man," she said. Nora frowned. "Why are you telling me that?" "Because he's single. And because you should get to know him." Nora immediately shook her head. "Mom, no." Evelyn reached for her hand. "We're running out of options." Nora understood what her mother was asking. She hated the idea. But seeing the fear in her mother's eyes and knowing their family could lose everything, Nora eventually agreed to meet Mitchell. At first she told herself she was doing it only for her family. She smiled at him. She listened to him. He made him laugh. And Mitchell fell in love with her. But something unexpected happened. Nora fell in love with him too. Mitchell wasn't the selfish, arrogant millionaire she had imagined. He was kind. He remembered the little things she told him. He checked on her when she was sick and treated everyone around him with respect. One afternoon, Nora watched him helping an elderly neighbor repair a broken fence. He could have hired someone. Instead, he spent hours doing it himself. Nora stood nearby watching him work and tears filled her eyes. She suddenly realized she wasn't in love with Mitchell's money. She was in love with Mitchell. And that made everything worse. The relationship had started with a lie. Every time Mitchell told her he loved her, Nora wanted to confess. But fear stopped her. She was terrified that the truth would make him leave. One evening, Evelyn found Nora crying in her bedroom. "I love him," Nora whispered. Evelyn sat beside her. "I know. I never expected this. I know. I don't want his money anymore, Mom. I just want him." Evelyn looked at her daughter and felt sick with guilt. She had been so frightened about their debts that she had pushed Nora toward a man she believed could save them. But now she saw what Mitchell had become to her daughter. He wasn't a solution to their financial problems. He was the person Nora loved. "I have to tell him," Evelyn said. Nora looked frightened. "Please don't. I have to. This was my fault." The next day, Evelyn asked Mitchell to meet her. He arrived smiling, but the smile disappeared when he saw her tears. "I need to tell you something about Nora." She told him everything. She explained their family's debt, how she had discovered that Mitchell was wealthy and single, and how she had pressured Nora to pursue him. "Nora didn't want to do this," Evelyn said. "I pushed her. And now she's truly in love with you." Mitchell sat silently. His face showed anger, hurt, and sadness. Finally, he looked at Evelyn. "Thank you for telling me. I'm so sorry." "So am I." When Mitchell told Nora what her mother had confessed, Nora broke down. "I'm sorry," she cried. "I'm so sorry. Were your feelings for me ever real?" "At the beginning I was thinking about my family," Nora admitted. "But somewhere along the way everything changed." She wiped her tears. "I love you. I don't want your money. I don't want your house. I don't want anything from you except your love." Mitchell looked at her with tears in his eyes. "I love you too. But I need time." Those words broke her heart. For several weeks they stayed apart. Nora cried constantly and Evelyn's remorse grew heavier. "I should never have done this to you," Evelyn told her. "You were scared, Mom. That doesn't make it right." "No," Nora whispered. "It doesn't." Weeks later, Mitchell asked Nora to meet him. She arrived nervous, afraid she was about to hear goodbye. Instead, Mitchell looked at her and said, "I still love you." Nora's eyes filled with tears. "But the lies hurt," he continued. "I don't know if I can simply forget what happened." "I understand." She stood and started to leave. "Nora, wait." She turned around. "I want to give us another chance." She covered her mouth, crying. "But I need 2 promises. Anything. No more lies. Ever. Never again. And I want a prenup." Nora didn't hesitate. "Yes." She walked toward him, tears streaming down her face. "I'll sign it. I don't care about your money. I never did. I just want you." Mitchell pulled her into his arms. "I know." They held each other, both crying. Their relationship wasn't magically fixed that day. Trust had to be rebuilt slowly. But they were willing to do the work. Mitchell also helped Nora's family find legitimate grants, debt relief programs, and financial assistance so they could begin recovering without depending on his wealth. Evelyn was deeply grateful. One day she sat with Mitchell and said, "I don't deserve what you've done for us." "You made a terrible mistake," Mitchell replied. "But you told me the truth when you could have kept hiding it." Evelyn cried. "I will always regret what I did." "I know. But I am grateful you didn't give up on my daughter." Mitchell smiled. "I almost did." Evelyn looked down. "She loves you more than anything." "I know." Months later, Nora and Mitchell sat together on their porch. Nora rested her head on his shoulder. "Do you ever regret giving me another chance?" Mitchell thought for a moment. "I regret how we started." Nora looked down sadly. "But I don't regret loving you," he continued. She looked up. "And I don't regret giving you the chance to prove that what we have now is real." Nora smiled through her tears. For the first time there were no secrets between them. Their love had begun in deception, nearly ended in heartbreak, and survived because the truth finally came out. They couldn't change how their story began. But they could choose how it ended. And this time they chose each other for love, not money. Subscribe to the channel for more audio stories.